It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics playing against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. And for Oklahoma City, they haven't forgotten the fact that this team swept them last year in the regular season. This is a game they had circled going in. Great center matchup tonight. Shaq, I know you've been waiting all day to watch this one. One of the best low-post players of all time in yourself. Give us your thoughts on why the stretch five has become so popular.
Well, in a lot of offenses these days, floor spacing is king. And what you see now, you see a lot of bigs are practicing shooting the three more than ever.
Yeah, even the younger centers. You think of Towns and Cousins and Embiid, as powerful as they are, they love to stay on that perimeter and shoot that three ball. So it's hard to stay on the floor right now if you can't shoot it.
Yes, you came into the league at the right time.
No, I would have made them revert back to
so you'd have a hard time getting off the bench these days, Shaq, because you didn't shoot the three ball well.
Shaq on the bench don't even sound right together. That's like peanut butter and tar.
That can be pretty tasty.
No, that doesn't sound right together, Ernie.
No, it doesn't. I'm just kidding, big fella. Wasn't it funny? Did you find that amusing?
You hurt my feelings, Ernie.
Did you hurt? Come on.
Don't talk
Give
to me
a
for
big
2 seconds. La 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 la.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Now for the Oklahoma City Thunder, they won their last contest, that game against Sacramento. And just one look at the score tells you all you need to know. They were dominant in just about every area.
And I felt like they came out of that with a terrific game plan, especially on the offensive end.
The defense seemed to be swirling and guessing about where the attack was coming from, inside, outside, and in transition.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA?
Well, guys, we know Russell Westbrook is a fearsome competitor, but he says you never know how long you'll be able to run like this or jump like this, so I go for it every time. I may look angry, but it's the only way I know. Yes, you look angry. Kevin?
Yeah, he's special, DA, absolutely. Thanks. And featuring two of the best bigs in the league, Brent, how impactful is the center position now compared to the way it used to be?
Well, one of the things that I think people are still dealing with is just how divergently different the center position has become in the game. And to think that these guys, in what they're asked to do, has just as much importance of the Patrick Ewings, the Hakeem Olajuwons, the low post, big-time scorers back to the basket. The modern-day center, Kevin, isn't doing that. It's a roll to the basket, rim protection game, and there are some elite ones doing it now.
Wired a little bit differently than guys of the past.
They have to be. On top of that, some of the teams are even asking those players, obviously, to step out and shoot the three-point shot. So modern-day game, modern-day play.
We got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court right now for the Celtics, they've got Jason Tatum. Kyrie Irving is out there with Smart. And it's Hayward. And it's Horford in at the 5 down low. The first one falls.
And Westbrook really did take his time, but in the end signed that $205 million contract for 5 years to stay in OKC, to make it his home. That's the largest contract in NBA history at the time it was signed. And I'd have to say, money well spent for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And Russell Westbrook drops them both. Yeah, a lot of nail-biting in Oklahoma after the departure of Kevin Durant. Brent, what did keeping Westbrook on that team, in that organization, mean for the Thunder?
Well, it means that they still want to win some basketball games, Kevin. And Russell Westbrook approaches every game with such incredible competitive drive. We saw in his triple-double season that he just carries an unbelievable workload with the highest usage rate in NBA history that year. It's amazing the kind of effort he plays with, and the goal is to get back to the finals.
Here's Irving in the game against Orlando. Very impressive. For the three, it's hauled in by Adams.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
From deep, George. The shot, no good. And it's Boston the other way. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And you know what? Up against a weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
Yeah, what I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it, because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight.
Shooting two.
First free throw is good. And when the Celtics traded out of the first overall pick in 2017, many, Greg, thought they were settling for Jason Tatum for team needs. But he might be the best overall player in that draft.
Listen, the Celtics said they would have been fine taking Tatum first overall, and I believe him. I mean, Tatum looks like he could be a superstar very early in his career, and does everything at a high level and is already a terrific shooter from deep. Plus, he just has a poise and an air about his game that speaks of superstar.
Here's Robertson. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Westbrook, no good.
And usually that mid-range jumper finds the bottom of the net. Defense has to be more aggressive moving forward.
And how about the decision-making by Tatum there? I mean, fantastic at just having a feel for what the defense is going to do and then creating the space there for the jumper.
Now here's Westbrook. A 35-point game for him in the win against Sacramento.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off him.
Yeah, that's a Westbrook mindset right there. I'm going through you. Doesn't allow his focus to be shaken, even when the defense gets a little bit nasty.
Here's Tatum. Talking about that win against the Magic, he was definitely a major factor as well. George against Hayward. Outside, George. A second chance effort. And there's the nice layup by Adams.
Well, you have to put at least one body on Adams, maybe two. With his size and relentlessness, he'll light you up on the offensive glass.
Now here's Tatum. And the dunk by Horford. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Westbrook passes to George. Over Hayward. Again, the Thunder score.
When the guy is capable of so many things like that on the offensive end, anytime you lose sight of him, he's got a huge advantage.
Horford kicks to Tatum. Stolen by George. He drains it from the right block. George has got his second bucket.
Well, Paul George doesn't mind tight defense. I think he can get around them, and he maintains some great ball handling mechanics, even with the guy in his face.
Now here's Horford. It's stolen by Adams. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. And the shot is good. 8 points for Russell Westbrook. Celtics trail by 5. Irving kicks to Horford. Tatum against Grant. Pass to Irving. That shot, no good. Westbrook with the nice D there. Over Irving. Oklahoma City the rebound.
Well, he's so active. You got to box Grant out. When the shot goes up, he'll get to the offensive glass, and he rises up off the floor pretty quick.
Now here's Tatum. Back to Horford. Shot to stop the run, and a dunk by Horford.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, it's funny how you see so many picks, but this one sets up the defense well. No one rotates over. Bang. Such astounding shooting right now from him. He is untouchable from the perimeter. What a performance.
The pass to Irving. Bangs home the trifecta. Irving's got 6.
Trying to find that consistency from distance. That's stretching out the defense, and that's why Kyrie always has an available driving lane.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 10 over Irving. Westbrook, no good. On the wing, Irving. He's covered by Westbrook. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Celtics team.
Yeah, and a bit of a revenge game for them as they were swept in the 2-game season series from last year.
And this one of the few opponents who really stuck it to them during what was an otherwise excellent season for them. You're right, they've got to have revenge on their minds tonight.
And now the first timeout called here for Boston. Brent, some teams already failing to meet expectations. What shouldn't they do this early on?
Panic. I mean, sometimes it just happens, and sometimes it could take a winning streak. You might turn it around, a winning streak of 7 or 8 games, and the mentality in the locker room changes. The coaches maybe flew into rotations and maybe combinations of guys that all of a sudden you're feeling good about what you worked on in training camp and what you grinded through. Now you start to have some success with it. So the biggest thing is just don't panic.
And trust the plan.
Wow, I thought you might have gone process, but you did plan.
On purpose.
I like that.
Yeah, well, I'm with you. I've got to think. Boston making a switch here. Brown's checked in. Celtics on D. They trail by 7. Westbrook finds Adams. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Pass to Horford. Tatum with it. Now defended by Grant. Hayward outside. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And seeing Gordon Hayward out there, you have to be glad that he was able to recover the way he has from that devastating injury on opening night last season.
And I remember your call of the moment, Kevin. The whole NBA world just was shocked on that opening night. As bad as it looked, it seemed to be clean enough to where Hayward won't have any lasting issues with it. The rehab obviously wasn't easy, and I'm sure Hayward is just thankful that he's been able to come back completely from that injury.
And he knocks down the first one. Hayward hits them both.
Yeah, and Gordon Hayward is a player who's always found a way to add something to his game. Now he feels comfortable going at a defense either inside or out. Great strength when attacking the rim and can shrug off those defenders.
Celtics trail by 5. Brown kicks to Irving. It's hauled in by Paul George.
Yeah, I think the defense made an impact on that play, making the shooter feel a bit uncomfortable on release.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And Greg, you mentioned Hayward's strength. That and his ball fakes seem to be not as recognized as they should be.
Yeah, I think Hayward has one of the better pump fakes in our league. Great deception with inside-out dribbles to create space. And the things he does well aren't immediately apparent, but Hayward's terrific fundamentals are what make him a great scorer.
First one falls for him. The Thunder went into free agency with a lot of question marks, but ended having a big summer.
Able to retain Paul George, and that was the first and largest key. Getting a player like Noel for cheap was also a big help for this group. The Thunder were at a fork in the road last season, but this team now as dangerous as ever.
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
Just how fierce a competitor Russell Westbrook is. He just lays it all out there on the line every single night.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Here's Schroeder following the basket by Jaylen Brown. Schroeder passes to Adams. Outside, George drains the three-pointer. George has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Noel against Tatum. Down low. It's stolen by Adams. Westbrook kicks to George. And Boston with the rebound.
No doubt disappointed with that one. He'd love to have that one back.
Yeah, I'd put that play on repeat. The setup was perfect. Just need a better result next time.
The Thunder leading by 7. Lets it fly from 18. Al Horford with the rebound. Inside. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That is his first foul of the game. Patterson, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Felton comes in for Russell Westbrook. Boston also with the sub. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Al Horford. Hayward against George. Hayward looking over the floor. No good from 18.
Yeah, somehow, some way, he couldn't get that one to fall from in between. Got to take advantage of the weak defense when you can.
Now here's Noel. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Thunder.
And the one shot they've stayed away from tonight has been that long 3. They've been a little more consistent with their shot selection, not launching as many deep threes.
Now, here's Rozier. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Orlando. Hayward outside. The Celtics working the ball around now. Here's Baines. Patterson defending. Just 4 to shoot. Rozier for 3. Sinks the triple. Rozier's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Lets the 3 fly. And it's Schroeder missing. Celtics trail by 4. Rozier with the ball. Over in the corner, Brown. Passes it to Baines. Rozier for 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Down low. Here's Schroeder. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Schroeder's got his first bucket of the night.
And Schroeder did not even have to think twice about that shot. This young man simply devours these chances inside.
Brown outside. It doesn't go for him. And the Thunder going the other way now. Here's Schroeder. That doesn't go either for Schroeder. Celtics trail by 6. Rozier up top. He's guarded by Schroeder. And stolen by Patterson. Rozier against Schroeder.
2 minutes.
He kicks to George. Count the basket. George has got 9.
Well, on that kind of move, Paul George is such a great scorer. He can stay in control even at full speed.
Here's Baines. He's covered by Noel. Hayward on the wing. 6 to shoot. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Just wondering why the defense is laying off. Luckily, they didn't pay for their mistake.
Felton can't get it to go. Celtics trail by 8. Here's Tatum. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Tatum's got his second bucket of the night.
And his ability to knock down shots from the mid-range. I mean, he just seems to roll that ball so easily off his fingertips. It looks like it's going in every time.
Now here's Schroeder. George looking over the floor. Drains it from beyond the arc. He's got 12.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Rozier against Schroeder to the paint. Here's Baines. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Outside, Felton. To the inside, Noel. And Noel throws it down.
All keyed right there from the lead pass. Right on the money.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Rozier the pass to Tatum. Back to Rozier. Hayward on the wing. 13 feet away. The shot off that time.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And a deep three from George. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Back right after this. Al Horford provided some insight on why he decided to sign with the Boston Celtics.
What put me over the edge to make this switch is just the depth that I saw with this team. It's an up-and-coming young team that we have a chance to be good for many, many years, and it was something I wanted to be a part of.
Playing for a historic franchise like the Boston Celtics, Greg, they've got, of course, the great fan support, great history, something Horford relishes.
A great choice. A team with depth and youth. They have a chance to be good for a long time.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
Aggressive defense in that first period. They forced several miscues.
But you just start to wonder, how did we get to this score at the end of one? I think those steals really established momentum in their favor.
At small forward and power forward, it's George and Patterson. Felton is out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Noel in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second. Now, here is Morris. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. And too much time in the lane, they get called for the 3-second violation.
Oklahoma City ball.
And a quick look at how the Oklahoma City Thunder's schedule is shaping up. On Sunday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns. And then on Tuesday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And looking at the Wizards matchup, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, last season started with that horrific injury to Gordon Hayward's leg. Now, it's been a long road back for him, but he took heart in the encouragement he received, not just from his family, but from so many well-wishers. He said, "You realize how lucky you are to have people from all over supporting you." Guys?
David, I think everyone is rooting for his complete recovery. Thanks for that report. Now, here's Rozier after the miss from Dennis Schroeder. Schroeder against Morris. Now, here's Rozier. He's covered closely. Stolen by George. Here's Felton. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And that's what you want in transition, a high percentage opportunity.
The story is true, and here the defense does a very poor job of matching up.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Grant, he's checked in for Patterson. And it's Robertson in for George. Smart's checked in for Boston. Kyrie Irving comes in for Terry Rozier.
One shot.
Well, Dennis Schroeder showed he can handle high usage in an offense. Was the first option for the Hawks this past season. Even with defenses keyed in on him, he was able to average right around 20 points.
Now, here is Morris. No points in the game yet for him. That shot missing. Felton with some nice D. Here's Robertson. Poke loose. Grant dishes to Robertson. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. And with Schroeder, he said he learned how to deal with all that extra defensive attention.
And being able to stay productive when dealing with the best opposing defender goes a long way in the NBA. Schroeder also managed to cut down on his turnovers while taking on more of a playmaker role. Strong year for him offensively, and I wouldn't be surprised if he continues to grow as a player.
Adams' shot is good.
Well, Adams doesn't get his number called offensively all that often, but when he does, he can show you what he's capable of doing.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
Al Horford is checked in for Brown.
Now a moment to see the numbers for Horford. Last year, getting it done. Last season, he averaged 13 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. Just solid all-around performances we've been seeing from him, delivering night in and night out.
And I like it when stars do exactly that. It's not just about scoring 50 or 40 or 30. It's about making plays consistently.
And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Now, here is Morris. Defense is right there. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
And the powerful frame of Morris, difficult to knock him off his rhythm, and there finishing through the contact.
Up again. It's good on the putback. And the Thunder lead by 12.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Irving with the ball. Westbrook picks him up. Stolen by Grant. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, AM doesn't stand for morning with Westbrook. It stands for attack mode.
Well, you think back to a time when people wondered if Westbrook was too aggressive playing with KD. They said Russ was taking too many shots. No questions anymore. Westbrook is the man in OKC.
That one is off. And for Westbrook, winning the MVP and averaging a triple-double for an entire season. Greg, how much does he have left to prove?
Well, it's all about winning. We know Russ can take over a game. We know he can make his teammates better. How much better and how far they get in the playoffs, that's the real question.
He hits the second from the line. Celtics trail by 13. Smart deciding where to go with it. Pass to Tice. Tipped away. Here's Horford. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Down low. And the dunk by Westbrook.
He scores in so many different ways, but most of them have to do with attack mode and aggressiveness.
Outside Irving. The pass to Tice. Irving against Westbrook. 6 to shoot. Steps back and shoots. That one wide left.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Smart against Felton. Outside Westbrook. Over Irving. Again, Oklahoma City.
Well, put that one on repeat right there. Westbrook smart enough to make a good decision on the pick and roll.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Stolen by Grant. And here is Felton. From outside the arc. It's rebounded by Tice.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And that one's good, Irving.
Now that pull-up shot right there, that ain't easy. And Kyrie, he made it look easy.
Here's Westbrook following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Right side Westbrook. Over Irving. Great D that time from Irving.
Pretty surprised he missed that shot. The defense was decent, but not really a factor.
Morris outside. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. Now the Thunder with it. They're on a 12-4 run right now. And the dunk by Robertson.
Yeah, Robertson rising up and stretching out a bit to throw one in.
Now a timeout called by Boston. And Jeremy Grant. Great genes for the game, Greg. Father was Harvey, uncle was Horace, both NBA players and stars. His brother Jarian also in the association.
Yeah, and Jeremy might be the best athletically of them all. I mean, 6'8" with that 7'3" wingspan, great bounce. If he can develop his skill to match, he'll have a long and prosperous NBA career.
Gordon Hayward's checked in for Daniel Tice.
Hard to leave any NBA player that wide open from that distance.
Westbrook against Irving. Westbrook finds Adams. Felton inside the three-point line, and Irving pulls it down.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
The Celtics making a switch here. Tatum's checked in.
Jason Tatum.
Oklahoma City on D. Smart on the wing. He's covered by Felton. Shot clock at 6. The 11-footer. Here's Horford. It's not going to go for him. Felton with some nice D. Inside. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Smart kicks to Tatum. Down low, here's Hayward. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Hayward's got 6.
And how about that floor awareness there from Tatum that does a good job of scanning the court and getting the ball to the open man.
To the middle, here's Westbrook. Good. A nice assist from Felton. Felton's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad.
Now here's Tatum. He's got 6. Here's Hayward. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Hayward's got 6 points in the quarter.
Now you could just tell in his gait and in the look on his face, he's in a great rhythm after a terrific first quarter. He is feeling it here in the second.
No one near Felton as he lets it go. And a miss there on the triple.
Well, the team is still up despite him struggling, so hopefully he'll find his rhythm.
Smart kicks to Irving. Hayward outside, and play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
No, that's a good call. Just keep arguing with the officials because they change that call all the time. Not.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. And stolen by Irving. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That'll be his second foul of the game.
They can't afford to be that careless. They need him out there on the floor, so he has to avoid fouling again in this period.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Paul George comes in for Jeremy Grant, and Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Andre Robertson. Boston also with the sub. Baines is checked in to the paint. Here's Hayward. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Hayward's got 10.
Yeah, his shooting has been on target here in the second frame after not being able to get anything going in the first.
And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Nerlens Noel checks in for Adams. Brown is checked in for Boston. Rozier comes in for Irving. Poked loose and taken away by Brown. Here's Rozier. That one off the back iron and out. Oklahoma City leading by 13. Schroeder passes to Westbrook. No good there.
You know, fought hard from start to finish on that play. Defended the shot and then finished it off with the rebound.
Brent, we're seeing shorter training camps. I don't know if it adds to injuries or takes away from injuries with fresher bodies. What do you think about that whole philosophy?
I believe that the shorter training camp did lead itself and lend itself to more injuries last year. And one of the things that I'm concerned with, Kevin, just on a physiological level for players is that what they are doing to prepare themselves for the season as an individual player, working on your weaknesses and doing those sort of things, is not the same as getting in a training camp and preparing yourself for your stamina, your endurance, and your wind. And I wonder if there will be some moves in the next couple seasons about trying to get off the individual training and get back to more of the endurance stamina training so that these little injuries are just not part of a season in the future.
Here's Schroeder following the basket by Jaylen Brown. Beyond the arc, and it's Russell Westbrook with the three. Westbrook's got 24.
Well, his offense should come with a warning label, caution, flammable. He's connecting on everything. The D looks dumbfounded.
Now here's Tatum. He has 6. Puts it up from 12. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. And that'll be the third of the 4 straight at home. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
For Oklahoma City, they have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7.
One of the worst in the league a season ago, just 72%.
Al Horford is checked in for the Celtics.
Shooting 1.
That's good from Westbrook. 1:10 left to play here in the second quarter. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Tatum kicks to Horford. George against Hayward. Just 5 to shoot. Over George. The Thunder pull it in.
This just doesn't seem to be his night, or his team's for that matter either. And they got to pull it together here quick, or it's going to be lights out.
Celtics trailed by 19. Here's Tatum. It's rebounded by Schroeder. Oklahoma City's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. George, no good.
That's where I like the shot selection. The defense cannot afford to give up wide open shots. And they dodged a bullet there.
shooting foul. As the whistle blows, he'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
The Celtics have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And so he makes both from the line. And it's the Thunder with the ball. They lead by 17. Schroeder against Rozier. Schroeder kicks to Westbrook.
Two shots, gentlemen. 2.
This will be his 5th trip to the free throw line.
And he hit his foul shots a season ago at about a 74% clip.
And he makes the first. He's perfect from the line this time. Russell Westbrook has been leading the charge for Oklahoma City. He has been a determined scorer today. 29 points altogether for him. And I think there's more where that came from. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Russell, how confident are you that there's nobody that can stay in front of you?
Very confident. I have a lot of confidence in myself. I put a lot of work in the summertime, but I'm very confident.
That is never a problem for you, Russ. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Diesel and the Jet. Welcome to the halftime show on 2K Sports. It was all Russell Westbrook in the first quarter. He had 29 points and 2 rebounds. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Man, that was just Russell Westbrook making people look bad. Explosive, going in either direction, going over people, really no good way to defend him. All that's left for him now is just to become the best leader possible, and he's well on his way.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Celtics?
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half, start a fight, throw some bowls, let's go.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side,
my brother.
Who said I don't go out? And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
And I love the game plan in that first half. They really valued each possession.
Efficient so far with the shots that he's taken. His contributions have been fantastic.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. On the court right now for the Celtics, Marcus Smart is out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Jason Tatum. Then there's Horford. And it's Hayward in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Tatum. Clock at 6. Stolen by George. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. 13 feet away. And Horford pulls it down. Horford's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
PG played his first 7 seasons in Indiana with the Pacers and guided them to 2 Eastern Conference Finals appearances. And that playoff PG moniker that he came up with, it holds true if you look at the numbers. And when the Pacers were about to rebuild, I think Paul George let them know that he was willing to move on to continue his career somewhere else.
They get it back. Irving against Westbrook. And Adams with the slam.
Yeah, this is great when Westbrook starts to dictate the tempo of the game. This time he's doing it with the pass, setting up a teammate.
A lot of fans in Indiana upset with Paul George for deciding to leave. Do they have a point, Brent, or is that unfair?
I think it's a little unfair, Kevin. 7 great years from Paul George. Obviously had to recover from the leg injury and came back strong. But PG wanting to go somewhere where he could win a title, and that's a decision that every player has to make. PG thought somewhere else he might have that opportunity and maybe more chances to do so.
And the Celtics with possession here. The Thunder making the shot. Now Tatum, 6 points for him. Smart wide open, he fires. Off target with his 3. The Thunder leading by 20. Outside Westbrook. Misses the 3. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. For 3, Hayward. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
George, that's a 2-pointer. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
What's the pick used for? It's used for separation, and Paul George got it there.
Now a timeout called by Boston. And Greg Paul George, the league leader in steals and deflections in 2018.
And Frank Vogel, who coached him at Indiana, said he always thought PG had Allen Iverson's instincts in Scottie Pippen's body. He's talented enough to disrupt without gambling.
Now here's Smart. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Tatum kicks to Horford. Hayward from outside. The shot's good on the assist by Horford.
3 points.
Hayward's got a pair of 3s now here in the 3rd for the Celtics. Westbrook finds Grant. And Robertson has it in the corner. Softly drops in the floater. Robertson's got 4 points in the quarter.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Celtics trail by 18. Hayward on the wing. Hayward is doubled. Back to Irving. Off target from outside.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Robertson the pass to Westbrook. Shot clock at 6. Some solid defense there from Irving. The Celtics have gone 3 of 6 in the 3rd quarter, 50% from the field. And Hayward with the stuff.
Kyrie doing a good job of just setting everybody up, making sure there's a great pace and tempo to each possession offensively.
Westbrook dishes to Adams. George against Hayward. Back to Adams. It's George on the wing. Over Hayward. And the shot no good, a bit short. And here's Hayward. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. It's a 16-point game. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip.
And Tatum is all about doing what's best for the team. Superb as a ball mover in terms of finding his teammates.
Right side Westbrook over Irving. Westbrook no good. Celtics trail by 14. And Hayward gets it to go. Hayward's got 10 points in the quarter.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
Irving against Westbrook. No good from 11 feet.
Yeah, and he had the D tangled up there with that patented crossover. Just couldn't convert the finish.
Tatum's shot is off.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And it's Westbrook missing.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
Charity stripe shot. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Kicks to George. Over Hayward. George finds Adams. Here's Robertson, guarded by Smart. Adams, the pass to Grant. Here's Robertson. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Celtics trail by 10. Pass to Horford. Back to Tatum. Passes it to Horford. Nice ball movement by Boston. He kicks it to Smart over Westbrook. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Over Smart, and Westbrook gets it to go on the assist by Adams. Adams has got his third assist on the night. And here's Boston. They're on a 14-6 run. Irving passes to Tatum. Pass to Horford. Hayward with the ball. George picks him up. Irving from long range. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. George has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And right now, I think just his demeanor is hurting the team. His shooting's been off, and he knows it.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
And that's where the defense failed. You can't let him throw that down. You've got to get over and foul him, send him to the free throw line.
Again, the miss by the Celtics. The Thunder leading by 14. Westbrook drives in, and it's sent back by Horford.
Al Horford positioning himself perfectly and swats that shot away.
And Westbrook gets it to go.
And where's the fight defensively? I mean, you know you need stops to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, down by double digits, failing to shut down the lane. It has been a rough night.
And it goes down 2 points. Horford's got 8 points.
Well, if they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop.
And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City. The big changes in defensive rules happened right in the middle of your playing days. How did people initially react to those?
Well, a lot of guys had 3 quick fouls, Kevin, because they're out hand checking and pushing guys around. And they say, what do you mean I can't do this anymore? I get paid to push guys around. But after a little while, obviously, guys stepping off and understanding positions on the floor where you could get away with more physical play than you can out in front with point guards, obviously, and having refs' eyes on them or down on the block.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Noel's checked in for Adams. Patterson comes in for Grant. Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Robertson. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Here's Rozier. Patrick Patterson picking up that last bucket. Irving surveying the floor. Takes it from 10. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots. Oklahoma City leading by 14. Schroeder kicks to George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And with all the drama, Greg, that has followed Irving the past few seasons, he reached out to Kobe Bryant for some guidance.
And just like Irving and LeBron had to go their own ways, so did Kobe and Shaq. Very few players know what it's like to be in a situation like Irving, but Kobe's one of them. And Kobe gave Irving the confidence to not be afraid of standing out in his career decisions. And so far, it's paid off handsomely.
And the first one at the line is good.
The versatility of Paul George as he's matured and put some more weight on his frame through the years. He's an exceptional two-way player with outstanding length and a tremendous scoring ability.
And George drops them both. And so Brown will bring it up for the Celtics. They trail by 16. Outside Irving. The pass to Horford. Out left to the wing. Rozier. Off the left rim and out.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, maybe lazy play calling or just going through the motions on that possession. This often leads to a bad shot.
Yep, that one goes.
And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have been superb.
Yeah, they're just absolutely getting anything and everything that they want out there. They have not let up.
And it's Noel with the rebound.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
You know, sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Now, here's Felton. He has 7. And the 3 off target. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
The 3 from George. But they recover it. Patterson finds George. And it's Schroeder in the corner. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Schroeder's got 5.
Well, Schroeder likes to drive first, now establishing the shoot first confidence. Love watching him rise up immediately after the catch.
Now here is Morris. The kick out to Rozier. Boston again missing. Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 15-4 run. Schroeder against Rozier. Schroeder passes to Noel. Outside, George. 5 on the clock. Three-pointer. Doesn't go that time. Now the Celtics take it the other way.
Yeah, the defense there in chill mode. We all know he can burn them from three-point range.
And on the way from Irving for 3. And the 3 ball is good. Irving's got 6 here in this quarter.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
Now here's Noel. Back to George. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. George has got 19 points.
A little tit-for-tat action going on the back-to-back trades.
Yeah, a little gamesmanship from range could force both defenses to maybe extend out a little further.
And stolen by Noel. Out to the right wing. An open look for Felton. It's hauled in by Brown. Celtics trail by 21. It's stolen by Schroeder. Felton kicks to Noel. Here's George. Misses the shot. And so it's Oklahoma City with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. We come back right after this. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Robertson and George fill out the wings. Adams is out there with Noel, and it's Schroeder in at the 1. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Now here's Noel to the inside. Here's Adams. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Adams has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Thunder. Now here is Irving. Rozier for 3. It's hauled in by Paul George. George has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. To the middle. Here's Schroeder. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 3 assists in the game. Rozier against Schroeder. Rozier the pass to Horford. Dishes it to Brown. Over in the corner, Rozier. And a miss there on the triple.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's Robertson, covered by Morris. The 3 from George. Rebounded by the Celtics. Irving's got 7 rebounds in the game. Inside, here's Brown. Excellent D there from George.
Wow, just in shock that he missed that layup. Not a lot of defense there.
Robertson kicks it over to Schroeder. Pass to Noel. And here's George. Well, we know that Dr. James Naismith came up with the idea when he was teaching at the YMCA. But as far as skill development, Brent, some feel that maybe in the skill category that the USA has fallen behind a little bit. Do you agree?
I think what the United States is doing on that level between your late grade school years and AAU programs in particular and your high school years, that they're trying to address this issue and get ahead of it a little bit. For years, there was a 10-year or 15-year gap about European players being schooled and being in institutions where they were basically young professionals from the age of 12 to 14 having school and basketball and being at a facility for just those things specifically. The last few years, there's been a lot of concern with players being more adept and more skilled here in the States. The change is coming.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
Now here is Horford. He dishes it to Brown. 6 on the shot clock. And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That's foul number 2 for him. A different look for Oklahoma City. Luwawu is checked in for George. Alex Abrinas comes in for Andre Robertson. And Diallo subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Rozier looking around. Clock at 6. Fires the 3. Boston, no good that time either. The Thunder have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Abrinas' shot is off. Boston's gone 0 of 3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. On the wing, Morris. Releases. Boston, no good that time either. Oklahoma City shooting about 43% here in the fourth quarter. Here's Abrinas. Passes it to Diallo. Good on the three-point shot. And here's Rozier. He brings it up for the Celtics. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Baines, and Adams sends it back.
Adams is a decent shot blocker, but relies on his position mostly, that time in the right spot.
Marcus Smart's check in for the Celtics.
Smart.
The league and players union, Brent, both have expressed supporting guys who express their views and social concerns. You like that?
I think it's amazing the way the league has backed some of the avenues with which players have used their voices.
Embraced.
Well, extending well beyond just saying things, Kevin, because we know actions speak louder than words, and there are so many guys around our league that do important philanthropic work. But the fact that the league supports all of those things, the fact that you see Adam Silver show up at some of these events, or that there's press releases from the league office about some of the things guys are doing, there's amazing cohesion when it comes to the league and its players, because they understand that everything that they're doing has such a significant impact in the communities in which they live in and around the game with which we all love.
Well said. Now the dish to Morris. Here's Smart, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And no doubt that Marcus Smart is one of the better defenders at his position. Quick feet are complemented by that strong frame, and he just digs in and against would-be scorers and just never lets them get comfortable.
Two shots.
And that one falls for Smart. And Greg with Smart, when he's off the floor or injured, you notice just how it changes the team's defense.
Yeah, I mean, the defense overall just seems to have less bite, less edge, less toughness without Smart. And the way he plays, you feel like he is looking to make a play on defense rather than just trying to slow his man down. Great at taking charges and forcing turnovers. He is truly the catalyst of their defense.
Tearaway warm-ups have long been a feature of the NBA, but last season, the new tearaway jerseys, they just kept ripping apart.
The old uniform malfunction, Kevin, last year. Yeah, maybe.
You even had a couple malfunctions, and that was odd.
Well, the tie? Bad tie?
Yeah.
I always have bad ties.
You know,
I think they're looking back at the material choices for what they're doing, so maybe there'll be some subtle changes into this year. But it was interesting. In the early part of last year, a lot of guys with a finger underneath the arm and pulling away a jersey and ripped away. So maybe the supplier will do something about the fabric this year.
One shot.
Austin's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Here's Wanamaker. Morris finds Smart. Diallo the pass to Patterson. To the paint. Here's Luwawu. Guarded by Smart. Good work defensively by Smart. To the paint. Here's Tice. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
You know, we talk so much about accurate shooting. Sometimes accurate passing can lead to great shooting. You saw it there.
Luwawu-Cabarrot kicks to Adams. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Abrinas with the bucket.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And Boston has possession. Here's Wanamaker. Morris outside. Smart with the ball. That one a little long.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Here's Luwawu, covered by Morris. Shot clock at 6. Here's Diallo. And Boston with the rebound. Morris outside. Outside, Smart. Do you see a lot of player tampering right now in the NBA?
Well, how do you define it, Kevin?
Well, if a player wants to go out and recruit other players that may be under contract with another team.
I see that a lot then, Kevin. I mean, it happens all the time. Players talking about what are you thinking about doing and about, wow, don't you think this would be great if we could get together on the floor in 2021? Let's try to.
But management doing it is a completely different animal.
Management cannot do it, although some teams have walked that tightrope a little bit to the point where they've fallen off in recent years. But the idea of players not ever talking to one another about the potential of being together.
Come on, right?
It's always happened.
Yeah. Here's Wanamaker. Pass to Tice. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Misses off the right iron.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Smart finds Baines. Here's Tice. Adams defending. Over to the wing. Here's Wanamaker. It's good from long range.
You know, at least get a hand up. It's not too much to ask from a coaching staff. Just not intimidating defense at all on that possession.
Now here's Adams. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Here's Wanamaker. Shoots a three. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
And he's showing signs now of life after going scoreless through the half.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. Diallo the pass to Luwawu. And here is Patterson. And the pass to Diallo. Adams outside. Here's Luwawu. And Adams kicks to Abrinas. Diallo the pass to Abrinas. The second chance effort. It's rebounded by Tice. Tice has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Oklahoma City has gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Pass to Abrinas. Now Adams. We hear a lot about small market teams being anxious about retaining their own star players. Is that overblown, or do you think there is reason for concern on their part?
Do we think that players are not going to get recognized if they play in a small market by the national media, if they're one of the best players?
Well, look at Oklahoma City, look at Milwaukee with Antetokounmpo. I mean, they're all getting recognized.
Yeah, I think these ideas have gone by the wayside for a lot of players, and they want the best opportunity for their playing and their best opportunity to shine, no matter where that is. So it's a bit of an archaic argument, in my opinion, Kevin, the way it is that we see guys nowadays, and take the small market thing out about it. There's one market, it's called the NBA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Nerlens Noel comes in for Steven Adams, and it's Felton in for Diallo. Terry Rozier's checked in for Boston. And Noel kicks to Patterson. Luwawu, the pass to Patterson. Just 5 on the clock. They need this one. Nice shot by Felton.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for Oklahoma City.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Russell Westbrook.
And he was remarkable. Absolutely destroyed the opposition. Any matchup he had tonight, it felt like he was going to dominate.
Passes it to Wanamaker. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
That's his first personal foul. At the line for the Celtics, Brad Wanamaker. At the line for 2.
And he makes the first. So he gets them both. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together, and we can just stick to that. Keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.